Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Blissfully Single Bean. Yes, I'm your homegirl Bean, and I'm your blissfully single one. Welcome to my review of BET Presents The Encore. So dramatic. But Carlos King, we thank you, sir. We thank you for the entertainment that you have brought into our lives on Wednesday nights, because this show right here, it is everything. Opens up with Aubrey. Aubrey's sad. Aubrey's upstairs sulking. Aubrey's upset because Keely called her divisive. Well, Aubrey, listen. You're giving me real Karen white lady syndrome like now, because you really know what you were trying to do. I felt like you were being divisive. I felt like you were being strategic. I felt like you're surveying the room. You see that some girls aren't strong as vocally as others, aren't strong when it comes to the dance moves and hitting it. And you wanted to align yourself with the strongest girls in the house. Therefore, you were being divisive because you wanted to be with the cool girls, the strong girls. Girl, instead of you sulking, just own up to what you did, girl. So stop. So Steve Baby jumps on the screen and lets the women know that we need to vote for a queen. We need someone above it all. We need someone fair and impartial. We need someone to lay down the mansion's mandates. It's time to vote for a queen. All the girls come together, and I can't with Carlos. Like, they made it such a regal affair. The voting chips were these huge gold coins. It was really cute. It was really some queen shit. It was cool. I was a little bit concerned because as they were voting, it seemed like Aubrey O'Day was pulling ahead. And I'm like, who the hell voted for Aubrey? Like, I could not even see. Aubrey doesn't strike me as fair in the least. So, child, who's trying to make Aubrey queen? Thankfully, though, Pamela came through and she received the most votes to be the queen of the house. And I definitely agree with that. First of all, Pam is the oldest. So Pam brings with her a certain level of wisdom that the other girls do not have. That's number one. And number two, Pam is humble. Pam never came in on some rah-rah shit, on some I'm a creative director shit, on some I'm better than you shit, on some my sister's a millionaire type shit. Like, so I feel like them voting Pam queen was definitely the right move. So Pam, she's like, oh my God, I'm queen. She runs over and then they crown her. And then Pam gets to reading the mandates. And the mandates, again, they state the girls had to come together. They have to produce an album and put on a live show. Again, Miss Aubrey O'Day, how the hell are they supposed to do this in two different groups? Girl, you played yourself. You really did. The girls meet with producers. The producers put the girls in the booth. The producers lay down a nice, smooth reggae track for the girls to sing over. As usual, Nivea was eating. Shamari was eating. I don't like them fallopian tube hoes, Fallon and Felicia, but those girls were eating. For the most part, none of the girls left any crumbs. Most. Ugh. Unfortunately, Irish struggled, and it was just so painful to see. And here goes Fallon, like, just so impatient, like, oh, gee, I can't believe this. Just being so extra, over the top, and rather bitchy about everything. And she gets to a point, she says to Irish, hold on. Can I say something? Just try pronouncing your words. When you pronounce your words, you can hit your note better. And Phelan was not giving Irish bad advice at all, but she's such a bitch about it. Like, why are you such a bitch about it? Why are you and your sister such bitches? You come into this mansion with this superiority, this bullshit superiority complex. And I say bullshit because you two, these cherished girls, are the least successful in the whole mansion. When you look at 702, when you look at Nivea, look at Black. Cherish is at the bottom of the rung. So for you two girls to be up in here, to be so harsh, to be so cruel, to be so hateful, to try and break down these other girls, I think it's bullshit. And I'm trying to have patience for it, but I hope you hoes grow up within the course of this filming, because if you don't, I hope somebody puts their hands on you hosts, because you guys are doing way too much. So of course Lamisha is feeling some kind of way because they're looking at, Irish like, oh geez, ugh, ah. Keely jumps in the booth, and this really confuses everyone because Keely's saying she's the creative director. She does not sing. I am not a part of the group. I am here to create the direction, to be your direction. So the other girls are looking like, hold up, bitch, why are you here? Why is you here, ho? Shout out to Jocelyn Hernandez. They don't want to, they just don't understand. So she jumps on the mic, and what shocked me is how deep her voice was. And I'm like, was your voice always that deep? Because when she was singing broken promises, 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 it wasn't that deep. So I'm like, were you drinking a lot over the years? When you were singing years ago, when you had that album, did they play around with your voice, to make, what's it called? What's the thing when they play around with your voice to make it? I mean, was it that, Keely? Because I'm not understanding. I mean, she didn't sound bad. I was just taken aback as to how deep Keely's register actually was. All right. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the bad voice, because Toni Braxton, queen of the deep registers, the sultry voices, she is the queen of my life. I'm just saying, Keely, I was surprised. The girls are talking after the session, and Aubrey is talking to Pam, and she places her hand on Pam's knee, which didn't strike me as odd at all, because I'm the type of person, I'm very touchy-feely when I talk. Like, I put my hand on the shoulder. Like, if I'm laughing obnoxiously, I'll push you. Like, remember Elaine from Seinfeld? Get out! Like, that's me. Like, I'm very touchy and expressive when I talk. But Pam says, please don't look. Listen. I don't want to offend you, but please don't put your hands on my knees, because I'm a Christian, and I'm born again. I'm saved. I love the Lord. Hallelujah. And I don't want people thinking certain things. Aubrey is confused. Aubrey is like, girl, I just put my hand on your knees. I was not trying to eat that box. So I don't understand where this is coming from. And for me, I'm a little bit on the shocked end, because I'm like, all right, Pam, first of all, we're not going to sit here and act like this girl putting her hand on your knee is the reason why we look at you as gay. Pam, when you were on Total, you gave a very masculine energy. I always thought Pam was gay from Total. So I'm like, Pam, you really need to get a grip and get grounded in reality. And even Pam herself said that she's been with another woman before. If you've been with another woman before, why the hell would Aubrey O'Day putting her hand on your knee I mean, why should it matter? You done licked the box before. Pam is in a space where she's a born again Christian, and I feel like she's still attracted to women. She has to be dealing with feelings. She's repressing the urge to munch the carpet. You know what I'm saying? Because she completely overreacted. I was shocked by it. The other girls were shocked by it. Everybody was giving her the side eye like, oh, girl, that H word was kind of like floating in the air after that conversation. Pam knew she done messed up. She went upstairs to talk to Shamari and Nivea about it. And Shamari was like, well, girl, you are living in your truth. No, she's not living in her truth. Living in her truth would be being gay and free, or bisexual, or whatever she wanted to be. Sexuality, listen, my opinion is you can't pray sexuality away. Just because you're gay and you go to God, I don't know. I just happen to think being gay is something that you're born with. And this is coming from a girl who was born and raised in church. But honey, mother has lived. So, being gay is not a matter of praying it all away, Pam. Like, you've got to, girl, get a grip. That was such a weird conversation. Anyway, Lamisha over here is one of the fallopian tube twins talking shit about her, as per per usual. Of course, these girls are on their high horse talking shit like who made them the queen of anything. You would have thought these bitches were like Beyonce or Rihanna and did so well for themselves with their voice, with their talent, being able to ride the trends and still stay relevant to the point where you've built a multi-million-dollar empire. These cherished hoes aren't even close to that. So it's mind-boggling how they can be so fucking nasty. But anyway, I'm not going to give them too much. I got to go to work in the morning, so let's move on. Lamisha was crying. Shamari did comfort her. Shamari, Nivea, and Pam. And Pam was like, listen, we cannot have this discord. We're supposed to be lifting each other up. So I'm going to hold Queen's Court so that we can address this. And that she did. It's time for Queen's Court. The girls come together. Pam says, we cannot have hurt feelings. And Lamisha wasn't waiting. Lamisha was like, hold up. I'm going to put this out there because ever since me and Irish got up in here, all y'all did was talk shit. We can't sing. We're old. We can't dance. And you're not wrong, Lamisha. They have been coming at you all crazy like. And Lamisha mentioned it was Felicia talking shit. And Felicia was like, that was not me talking shit. Just because I'm a twin, you think it was me? And Phelan jumps in and Phelan says, it was most likely me. No, bitch, it was most definitely you. She said some bullshit to justify it, like you have to be your best, or what was it? You don't want people looking at you in a certain way. Phelan, if you want to bring the best out of a person, being a complete bitch to them does not work. There's a way you can take them under your wing and build them up. And granted, Lamisha and Irish, they are struggling, but bitch, they haven't been in the industry for a minute. It's going to take time. And the Fallopian Tube sisters are not giving Lamisha and Irish the time to kind of build up and get back into the game. But on a weird note, Keely jumps in. Keely says there's been a level of unprofessionalism. And then now the Fallopian Tube sisters are rolling their eyes. And for once I can side with them. Keely, what the hell are you talking about? So then Keely brings up the fact, Queen Pam, I'm riding for you. Well, I was riding for you. I was like, oh, Keely, what has changed? Keely says, you are homophobic. You mentioned that Aubrey putting her hand on the knee, yada, 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 yada. And I said, Keely, what does it even have to do with you? We weren't even talking about that. We were talking how bitchy the Fallopian Tube twins were to Lamisha and Irish. So where is this coming from? And then Keely goes, as a woman who is bisexual, yes, I'm married to my husband, but I am bisexual. And your comments came off as homophobic. And Pam said, oh, hold on there. Hold on. Who said homophobic? I am not homophobic. Pam said, I'm just explaining my truth. And Aubrey putting the hand on the knee just made me feel uncomfortable. So Keely was trying to recruit some people on her side with this whole conversation. So Keely says, Aubrey, what's your comment on this? Because, Aubrey was uncomfortable and was talking to shit to Keely about what Pam had said about the whole knee gate. And Aubrey didn't want to be pulled into it. Aubrey was like, child, I'll pass. And you know what? I was like, Aubrey, for the first time, I'm giving you one of these. Good job. Aubrey didn't want to have anything to do with it. Keely was like, oh, bitch. No, you just didn't throw me under the bus like that. That shit was funny as hell. But the Fallopian Tube twin sisters did say, throwing around the word homophobic is not, that's a very condemning thing to say about somebody. And they were like, Keely, slow the fuck down. And I had to agree with that. Keely, that wasn't in your place to say anything. Anyway, Aubrey put this dope presentation together. Aubrey says, I was working on something, and not everyone is a dancer, not everyone's a singer, but I put these visuals together so that we could find a way to visually come together. And then when you saw the boards, everybody was like, oh, that's really nice. And I was like, oh, girl, Nice job, Aubrey. And it took me back to when Aubrey was on The Apprentice a few years back. I used to really love the show, but I'd be caught dead watching it now. But if it still comes on, is it still on? I don't think it's still on. But anyway, it reminds me of her time on there. She was sharp. She made it like really far. So she has that kind of strategic marketing, brand marketing type mind. So she did a great job, but at the same time, I wasn't surprised. But then Keely's at the side, like just rolling her eyes like, oh, well, you finally figured out what you're supposed to do, Aubrey. And I'm like, Keely, why you so salty, Keely? Keely, why so salty? Why so salty? Aren't you creative director? You should have been doing what Aubrey was doing. And that little exercise that Aubrey did really gained her some points, because that whole divisive label she wanted, or that divisive narrative, she wanted to switch that narrative by doing something that would bring the girls together. And it was effective. And the girls were very impressed. The girls were really seeing the value that Aubrey brings. This was not making Keely sit right at all. Keely was mad. She was mad as hell. But then Aubrey went off on Keely, and Aubrey says, you are exhausting, Keely. First you call me divisive. You are draining my energy. And I'm like, all right, Aubrey, I was riding for you in the beginning, but now you're really doing too much. Anyway, Aubrey going on and off. It started the whole wave of the girls kind of coming at Keely. The fallopian twins wanted to know, what are you here for? Why are you here? You giving yourself the name creative director. You ain't creating nothing. You don't sing. You walk around all day drinking liquor. And I'm like, walking around all day drinking liquor is not bad. Don't do that to that girl. However, I never made myself a creative director of nothing. But then, in a surprise twist, one of the fallopian twin tubes, who's the more obnoxious one? Which one was it? I think it was Fallon. Fallon jumped up, and no, it was Felicia. Felicia, please correct me in the comment box, but I think it was Felicia that jumped up and defended Keely. She said she saw everybody coming at Keely, and they were like, listen, don't. Felicia goes, listen, when I came up in the mansion, everybody was coming at me and my sister. And I'm like, hold on, girl. They had a right to come at you and your sister. You bitches were fucking obnoxious. Obnoxious. But anyway, she was riding for Keely and say, look, give her space. Don't do that. Don't gang up on her. Keely runs off to the other room to go cry. The fallopian twin sisters follow her. And Keely starts bringing down, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, they're coming at me. So that's where the episode ended. Good stuff. Good stuff. I just love this show. I don't like that it comes on at 10 o'clock because the sister got to be at work in the morning. But just love the entertainment it brings to my life. Especially after today. I had such a horrible day. When I tell you I hate my job, I hate my boss, I hate this whole home selling process. So really, to come home to shows like this, kind of like, it lifts you up. It puts you in good spirits. The silliness, the laughter, it brightens up an otherwise dreary day. So that's it. If you like my video, please hook a sister up with a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so hook a sister up. Help a sister monetize. I'll appreciate it. Now follow me on my platforms, Twitter. I'm at Beans Parisi, and Instagram. You can follow the Beans Parisi Instagram page. The Blissfully Single page doesn't have much going on. All right, guys, wishing you much love.